Get ready to dive into the dynamic world of the United Methodist Church's budget process. Let's examine the intricate coordination of committees and groups that make it all happen. The budget process, which creates a denominational budget for a new 4-year span, or quadrennium, starts 4 years before the budget is passed. Almost immediately after General Conference concludes, a group called the Budget Advisory Team is assembled with representatives from GCFA, the Connectional Table, and the General Secretary's Table. This group guides the overall budget process and develops the principles upon which the budget will be formed. Another important group is GCFA's Economic Advisory Committee. This committee is comprised of economists, clergy, and laity. They are charged with projecting out the local church net expenditures. Local church net expenditures are the total of what each individual church spends after capital expenses, apportionments, and benevolent giving. In other words, the spending of the local church. Typically, when General Conference occurs, only the first year of net expenditures are known. The other 3 years are projections established by the economic modeling of this committee. The other factor in the apportionment formula is the base percentage, or the rate of apportionment. Both the Economic Advisory Committee projections and the recommendations on base rate are brought to the GCFA Committee on General Agency and Episcopal Matters. This committee recommends the net expenditure projection and base rate percentage to the GCFA Board. These factors combined provide the calculation for the total quadrennial apportionments. This committee also makes recommendations regarding allocations to the Episcopal Fund, the General Administration Fund, and any fixed charges to GCFA from other funds, all while considering the principles and guidelines established by the Budget Advisory Team. Once it receives these recommendations, the GCFA Board ratifies or modifies them as deemed necessary. Once this step is complete, the total amount of the budget, less the amounts allocated by GCFA, is provided to the Connectional Table to make recommendations for the other 5 general funds and general agencies. The Connectional Table, using the principles established by the Budget Advisory Team and their evaluation processes, makes a recommendation on the allocations to and within these funds. GCFA and the Connectional Table must agree upon these allocations before they can be presented to General Conference. This culminates in the first iteration of the quadrennial budget. Prior to General Conference, GCFA updates its projections as more data becomes available. It also reviews the allocations and any recommended changes by the Budget Advisory Team and the Connectional Table. GCFA then submits a revised budget to the General Conference. At General Conference, the budget petitions are brought before the Financial Administration Committee. This committee adopts or amends the budget and makes a recommendation to the plenary regarding the quadrennial budget. Once plenary starts, if any petition that may have financial implications is adopted, GCFA and the Connectional Table meet to determine whether the proposed budget needs to be amended. Revisions to the budget reports are made as necessary and published in the Daily Christian Advocate. The final proposed reports come before the General Conference on the last day for approval or amendment. So as you see, the process involves many constituents and has several variations before a final budget is adopted. Almost immediately after General Conference concludes, a group called the Budget Advisory Team, well, you get the idea. This video was prepared for the United Methodist Connection in anticipation of the upcoming General Conference. For more information on GCFA's data-driven discernment campaign, visit gcfa.org/General Conference.